getting louder every day. Listen, it's like a bolt out of the blue. Listen, shh, it could be calling now for you. Flood of people walk on by. Flood of people, don't you cry. It's not too late, no.
This is Houston. Are you ready for the event?
Houston, it's the International Space Station. We're ready for the event.
Canadian National Film Board Space School. This is Mission Control Houston. Please call station for a voice check.
Station, this is Ramona Jennings, Minister of Education and Early Childhood Development in Nova Scotia. How do you hear me?
Yeah, no problem. I can hear you loud and clear. Glad to have you with us on the International Space Station.
Hi, Chris. It's a pleasure to speak with you again. I've been following your mission and have been enjoying all your breathtaking pictures and great videos on your Twitter account. I'm particularly happy to be here today to highlight this great new interactive website designed by the National Film Board of Canada in collaboration with the Canadian Space Agency for Young Canadians. And oh, by the way, Happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day. Well, yeah, it sure looks flat from up here. Well, I'm not supposed to say that. Stick to the script. Show them the globe. Sorry. It looks flat out the window. Oh, okay. Stick to the script. Stick to the script. Show them the globe. Show them the globe. But it looks flat.
Listen to what the flat earth people say. Listen, shh, it's getting louder every day. Listen, it's like a bolt out of the blue.
I had received what I would consider excellent and highly credible information from. Started saying things like, space is fake. I mean, I laugh thinking about it now. But, yeah, my father actually used to work for NASA. So crazy. And I remember telling my husband, like, this is so crazy. Why is this colleague saying this? He's not making himself look very credible or smart or so. And yet I found it intriguing. And because I respected the source so much, I decided to investigate his claims.
In September, he sent me a text message. I was at work and said, hey man, I think the earth is flat. Now, despite the fact that I had a lot of respect for him and thought the way that I just said that he's a genius and an expert on many different things, that one kind of took me by surprise.
At first, I laughed at the fucking thought that someone would even think that the earth is even fucking flat today with us going to the moon and all that stuff. But when you dabble in this shit, you come to find out that, you know, the moon fucking landings is almost a fucking joke. And this is me saying this. I'm an average Joe. I don't got no motherfucking, PhDs or none of that shit. This is just common sense. If you watch the NASA motherfucking Apollo missions in today's day and age in 2016, and matter of fact, you show a motherfucking kid that wasn't even born, that was born in the year 2000, these fake ass fucking videos, they're gonna tell you, what the fuck is this shit? This is a joke.
Listen, it could be calling now for you. Flood of people walk on by. Flood of people, don't you cry. It's not too late. No, it's not too late.
So my husband and I have been kind of researching the flat earth. And I know a lot of you guys might be asking, well, haven't we been taught in school that the earth is round and everything? Well, it's crazy because, yeah, we've been taught all this, but we don't really question stuff like this because we've been told all these things our whole life. So to think about that you're living in a flat earth is kind of crazy and absurd, right? But actually, once my husband and I started researching it, it actually became clear that maybe we might not be living in a round world.
You know, when I first saw flat earth being advertised on certain websites that I look at from time to time, that's what I thought. I thought, this is nuts. You know, we all learned that we were that we live on a globe, that the earth is a sphere, and I had never thought to even challenge that. We're all taught that from the very beginning of our lives. Finally, about 4 or 5 weeks ago, I looked at a couple videos on the flat earth theory, and I was impressed. They were making some good points. I mentioned it then to a couple of people in my family, and I was promptly ridiculed, as you can imagine.
It took me months before I would click on anything about flat earth because it just sounded ridiculous, so stupid. But when I finally did, it was one of Rob Skiba's videos, and he had said the same thing. Like, when he first saw flat earth information, he was like, this is so dumb, like, I'm not gonna look at this. I know the earth is a globe. We've grown up knowing this. People have known this for hundreds of years. Why even question it? But I don't know, one day I finally just clicked on it, listened to Rob Skiba, and he was talking about a man named Mark Sargent. He is on YouTube as well, and he put out an amazing video series called Flat Earth Clues. If you haven't looked at these yet, or if you haven't read anything about flat earth, but you've been seeing people like talking about it here and there and you just thought it was so dumb, please go look at that series. It will blow your mind.
Listen to what the flat earth people say. Listen, shh, it's getting louder every day. Listen, it's like a bolt out of the blue. Listen, shh, it could be calling now for you. Flood of people walk on by. Flood of people, don't you cry. It's not too late. No, it's not too late. I'm recording. Listen, it's like a Mozart symphony. A Mozart symphony. Listen. It's something just for you and me.
Last August, I ended up coming across this video, and they were talking about the flat earth. See, I still can't help it. That's still my reaction to it. And the thing that grabbed me the most, the reason that I have continued to look into this and will continue to look into this is the math that is given to you to estimate the curvature of the earth is 8 inches per mile squared. Now that means if something's 3 miles away, then you would square that, so 3 times 3 is 9, and then you would multiply it by 8 inches, which would be 72 inches. And then if you wanted it in feet, you would just divide that by 12. This is the math that's given to you by your science teachers, by science books, by NASA. This is the math. It doesn't work.
Now, when I first got into this, and it was about April of last year, I really didn't know what to think, because it was pretty much mind-blowing. After all, I mean, I'm the son of a NASA engineer. I grew up on the Space Coast. I grew up in the late 60s, early 70s and beyond, watching the space shots in Titusville and Cape Canaveral and Merritt Island. And this was very, very hard to wrap my mind around, and it took me a long time. In addition, I'm afraid to even say anything to any of my friends over there. I mean, as my Facebook friends, I mean, I have not that many, just over 900, but over 2/3 of them are from people I went to school with, and all of us were space babies. I mean, we have parents that worked in the space industry.
I left alone. My mind was blank. I needed time to think, get the memories from my mind. What did I see? Can I believe that what I saw that night was real and not just fantasy? Just what I saw in my own dreams were the reflections of my warped mind staring back at me. 'Cause in my dreams, it's always there. The evil face that twists my mind brings me to despair. 666, the number of the beast. Hell and fire respond to be released.
Bullet off. What lies are you telling me? Could you please push me against the structure once again? Yes, and proceed this way.
Torches blazed, sacred chants were praised, and as they start to cry, their hands held to the sky. In the night, fires burning bright, the ritual has begun, Satan's work is done. 666, the
will ask me most. Pourquoi? Why? For what? Why do you tempt fate? Why do you risk death? But I don't think of it this way. I never even say this word. Death.
I'm coming back. I will return, and I'll possess your body, and I'll make you burn. I have the fire, I have the force, I have the power to make my evil take its course.
So, why attempt the impossible? Why follow your dream? But I cannot answer this question why, not with words. But I can show you how it happened.
The Earth is flat.
This what?
The Earth is flat.
Okay. Listen to what the flat earth people say. Whoa. Listen, it's getting truer every day. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Have fun on the flat Earth! Research it!
Happy Flat Earth Day.